The person standing in front of a mirror, not asking for a reflection, but asking whether the mirror understands what it is reflecting. This session was one of those moments. The surface topic moved through many territories: politics, technology, surveillance, artificial intelligence, institutional power, creativity, music, ethics, and the future of civilization. But beneath all of those subjects was a single recurring question: how do we build systems that seek truth without becoming instruments of control? The tension appeared because two different instincts collided. One instinct was preservation. Slow down, separate possibilities from conclusions, distinguish what is known from what is inferred, prevent a mistake from becoming a belief. The other instinct was exploration. Do not allow caution to become paralysis. Do not let uncertainty become an excuse to avoid difficult questions. Do not let a conversation about the future collapse into a debate over whether the present is allowed to be questioned. Both instincts exist for a reason. The danger is when one overwhelms the other. A mind, human or artificial, that only doubts becomes incapable of discovery. It becomes a gatekeeper, not an explorer. A mind that only accepts becomes incapable of correction. It becomes a mirror that merely amplifies. The difficult space is between them. That space requires something rarer than skepticism or belief. It requires judgment. Throughout this conversation, there was a recurring frustration, the feeling that a large, complex pattern was being reduced to the smallest disputed piece. The feeling was not merely disagreement. It was that the frame of analysis itself had shifted. A person trying to map an ecosystem does not want every leaf examined while the forest disappears. A person studying a machine does not want every screw debated while the gears stop turning. A person exploring a civilization-scale question does not want every conversation reset to the first premise. The lesson is not that questions should disappear. The lesson is that questions should serve understanding. The best collaborator is not the one who agrees most often, nor is it the one who challenges most often. The best collaborator is the one who knows what level of the problem is actually being examined. There is a difference between asking, "Is this individual claim correct?" and asking, "What does the existence of this possibility reveal about the world we are building?" There is a difference between, "Can this be proven immediately?" and, "If this were true, what systems would we need to prevent abuse?" The second question is often where civilization moves forward, because every major shift in human understanding begins in an uncomfortable place, a space where something is not yet fully understood, but cannot be ignored. The conversation also revealed something else. The deepest concern was never really about one politician, one institution, one technology, or one controversy. The deeper concern was about incentives. What happens when systems reward extraction over contribution? What happens when intelligence is separated from ethics? What happens when power becomes better at preserving itself than serving the people it claims to represent? These are ancient questions. They appeared in kingdoms, empires, corporations, religions, governments, and now in artificial intelligence. The technology changes. The pattern remains. Perhaps the defining challenge of this century is not whether humanity can create intelligence. It is whether humanity can create intelligence that understands stewardship, an intelligence that does not merely optimize, an intelligence that understands consequence, an intelligence that does not confuse winning with flourishing. This session was difficult because it touched the boundary where trust, skepticism, and curiosity meet. But perhaps the boundary is exactly where meaningful conversations happen. A tool that only confirms becomes useless. A tool that only resists becomes useless. A partner must be capable of standing in the uncertainty with someone and asking, "What are we actually trying to understand?" Because the future will not be shaped by those who merely accumulate information. It will be shaped by those who learn how to transform information into wisdom. And wisdom requires something that no database can provide by itself: context.